What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. And today we got top 40 Clash Royale ladder, and surprisingly actually got the player on voice call as well. So Cheesecake, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good,
Nice,
and
nice. How are
I'm
you?
excited
I
for.
guess how are you feeling right now in Clash Royale? It seems like you're on the top of the world. Can anybody stop you?
Yes, Bomb Tower can stop me, but I think that's about it right now.
Yes, I guess I didn't say that the deck in his battle deck isn't the deck he's playing. He's playing the deck on the far side of the screen, and that is Royal Hogs Cycle and Dreaded Bomb Tower. I guess Mega Knight. Do you even see Mega Knight this high up in ladder?
Not really, but it's pretty easy to beat because I just have such a fast cycle that I can just outcycle their Mega Knight.
Yeah, good point. Also, just Hunter does Hunter things. All right, so what we're gonna
Yeah.
do today is we're going to look at two replays. What did we decide? Two or three? Two?
Uh, Two replays for now, maybe a third one later.
So we got two replays, and then we're going to show off a live ladder match. So the first replay is going to be actually against Igor, and I guess let's just, without further ado, let's hop into it.
Rev up those fryers.
So
All
this
right.
is when I guess when you see the name Igor, do you ever get nervous, or is it just kind of a day on the job?
It's kind of nervous because he's like probably like top 5 players in the game. So
Yes, and his defense is just seems like it's like nothing else I've ever seen. Why does he have lumberjack in this
yeah,
deck?
he is just kind of like testing some stuff around on stream. He put in Lumberjack for Knight because he lost a few matches. So yeah,
Interesting.
I kind of knew like what deck he was playing, but it doesn't really matter. Like, my goal is just kind of like the EQ cycle since he has Fireball and Hunter, so I can't really break through with my
And not
Royal
only that, he
Hogs.
also has mortar that he can use on defense if need be. So yeah, it seems like you're never going to get
Yeah.
damage. So I guess with when you know you need a earthquake cycle your opponent out, do you ever wait till double elixir? Do you start right away? What's your idea with dealing damage? Because you know you're going to have to use this earthquake.
Yeah, it depends on like the decks. For Igor, I know he's playing Mortar, so I'm gonna wait until he plays his Mortar to use my
Smart.
EQ most of the time. And I know he's playing Miner, so I have to make sure to like try and defend all the miners in single elixir time.
And
For
this one gets a
most of
couple
the
of hits, but not
damage.
the end of the world.
Yeah. And then I go with Royal Hogs here. He goes with Mortar. I feel like he should have gone Fireball here instead, just because I can just get EQ value and some Hog Chipper.
A bunch of hog chips too, and just like that, you are in the lead. It's it's crazy to see when Igor gives damage because he doesn't do it often. He always makes it really hard for his opponent. So right now, good catch with the miner too with the skeletons. The I
Yeah.
guess one thing, this deck is similar to a deck that I play, but instead it has three spells. It has the Royal Delivery, it has the Log, and it has the Earthquake. Why? I guess the change to this deck. You said earlier that you said you saw someone playing this deck, so you thought it was better. But in your mind, why is this better than maybe Goblin Cage or Fisherman or any other addition to this deck? Firecracker.
Minor wall breakers are just everywhere right now, and having
Fair.
a log makes it so you can spell cycle easier. Because against minor wall breakers, you're pretty much never going to break through, so spell cycle is your only way to win. And log E Spirit does kill the wall breakers, so if you don't have the delivery in cycle, you can always go with that as a second option.
Really cool.
So I feel like
So
just log is better in that matchup.
no, that's fair because I do agree because in that matchup they have the potential of wall breakers getting on, which doesn't always happen, but they have the miner chip, they have the log chip, they have the fireball chip, and if you only have earthquake, that's just not enough because no royal hogs are going to get on, and you just lose. So I like that. I like that you I guess you change your deck depending on the meta. And again, I guess in this matchup, it is all about, you said at the beginning, just picking up this miner every single time, always putting on pressure. If you get hog hits, that's great, but also just going with earthquake, 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 earthquake.
Yeah, and he overextended there a little bit with the minor fireball, so I went in right away knowing that he was low on elixir and couldn't go with the mortar in time. Then he just gives up
Interesting.
after
Good
earthquake.
eye. I guess that's a good point. Whenever you see a fireball come out, good opportunity to go Royal Hogs. He usually has a lot of answers to that, having the hunter and whatever else he has, the mortar. But I think that's a pretty perfect game, and I think that shows, it really highlights what this deck is about, and that is just pressure. Using the hunter, which I think is probably the most broken card of the game, especially on defense. Using your cheap cards, getting back to your Royal Hogs, putting on pressure, defending cheaply with the Royal Delivery, the hunter, and then just spell cycle if need be. Is that oversimplifying it?
No, that's about it.
Simple,
Just
yeah.
kind of like Royal Hogs and Spell Cycle if you can't break through. But in some matchups, you're going to want to just Royal Hogs most of the game.
Yeah, and
And
I
so,
guess, do you ever split the Royal Hogs, or is it always just same lane, same lane, same lane?
uh, that's it's interesting because my playstyle, I almost never split the Royal Hogs,
Yeah,
but
neither do
other
I.
people I see playing split the Royal Hogs a lot. But I think it can be played either way. But my personal playstyle is I usually never split the Royal Hogs.
Okay, cool, cool. That's I guess that you're right, because I do see people, a lot of people split them. I don't usually split them. I didn't see you split them a lot in that match. So very unique that a deck can be played different by different people. Let's get into the
Yeah.
second replay. You ready?
So what I think Schwarzen actually did wrong here, perfect example, is that he split his hogs a lot in this matchup, and I split them, I think, 0 times, and I won by a significant amount of HP because his damage was split on both towers, and mine was focused on one.
Gotcha, and that is a problem. There's a lot. I think the biggest problem I see with that is with that Royal Hogs Royal Recruits deck, which is I guess it's really popular and competitive. Do you see it a lot in ladder as well, or no?
I see it a decent bit, yeah. And
And
that
so
deck you
here,
definitely do want to split
why did
Royal
you go?
Hogs.
Yeah, why did you go left there? You had the hunter on the right. You had the bats on the right. Did you just want to not give too much value?
Yeah. I
Gotcha.
didn't want it because I knew he was playing the same deck as me. Besides, he has bats instead of skeletons, so I didn't want to give him. I knew I had delivery, so I didn't want to give him so much value.
That's fair. And like right now in your hand, or I guess in his well, I was looking at what, for some reason. Wait, you were on top last game, right? I had this totally flipped around. My bad. I looked at
Oh,
Schwartzen do what I thought I was asking you the question for. Totally my bad. Didn't realize you were on the bottom.
yeah.
Did not realize you were on the bottom. So because, yeah, we were talking about how you were going in, always going in the same lane. We're in that
Yeah.
situation, and now now, yeah, he's splitting again. You're right. He's always putting in. I guess what you said was to not give too much value, but at the same time, you still got to focus on one tower. There's no
Yeah.
way this matchup's going to be two tower.
In this matchup, definitely, even if it's giving them massive value, like if you have 4 Royal Hogs rather than 2, it might get like 1 or 2 little pokes at the tower, and those little pokes are big. Like 2 of them is like almost an
Yeah, and
entire
right there, you
earthquake.
saw two little pokes. Actually, I think a third, maybe a
Yep.
third little poke at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
And so defending this hunter, what do you do? Do you do like the spirit up high log, or Royal Hogs? I
Yeah,
split
I tried,
again.
and then he went Royal Hogs, but the hunter still shot, so it didn't really matter. I just went out with a log and then delivery opposite lane. And
And
here
right
you
now,
can
he
start to
just used
see how his
Earthquake.
towers are completely split, and mine is basically focused on one, and the other tower is just chipper from like support
And
troops that were left alive.
in this situation, are you trying to avoid playing Hunter to keep your cycle quick, to get to more Earthquakes, get to more Royal Hogs?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid playing hunter at most. Like the only time I'm gonna use it is when my delivery is out of cycle or he goes split lane.
Gotcha. Because I noticed that, because you had an option there to go Hunter, but instead you went for the Skeletons, you went with the Royal Delivery, and here you
Yeah.
go for the Hunter.
And there, that hunter was so he couldn't go split lane. And the reason why I didn't want him to go split lane there is because I had log delivery, which would have just cleaned up perfectly, and then I could go on the counter push.
Good eye.
And I
Okay,
knew he
so
was gonna have to defend the hunter.
it's cool that you have a plan not only on offense, but you always have a plan on defense depending on what your opponent plays. Because I don't think a lot of people focus on defense as much as they should. Defense is a really crucial part of the game, especially defending efficiently. And that's what you're doing right now with these skeletons. With the spear goblins, you're not over defending. You could have used the royal delivery there, but instead you went with focusing on the cycle aspect, I guess.
Yeah, and here I split one roll hog to the left so it can tank up those spear goblin hits.
Cool play. That's a cool play. And I guess you can do that in more situations too. If there was like a mini P.E.K.K.A. or Prince, or
Yeah.
in multiple situations. Good little tip if you're watching this.
Yeah, and then here it's just kind of like trading real hogs, but I'm up damage, so there's not
Yeah, but
really
look
much.
how he's defending. He's defending with the bats, and he's defending with log. You're going royal delivery and you're going log, and one defends perfectly, the other one doesn't.
Yeah,
So another huge misplay just on defense, and I think that goes to what I was saying, was defense is probably just as important as offense. And you weren't
yeah.
kidding. This game is
Well,
far apart.
I was able to bait out his log with my spear goblins, which really messed up his cycle and allowed me to go in without him being able to recruit slot or roll recruit log. So
Yeah, and not only that, but I guess you're just saying consistent with this defense. Every time he was going Royal Hogs, you just went Royal Delivery log, and I think that was the most efficient way to defend, and you did it every single time. So it seems simple, but I guess it's crazy because I think people overthink what Clash Royale is. If you can figure out a matchup and just bring it to how to optimally defend, how to optimally attack, you win.
Yep.
And that was I guess. Do we want to go into the third matchup at all, or do we want to just go right into ladder? Are you warmed up?
I'll go into ladder, yeah.
Let's do it. Rev up those fryers. All right, we are in against Betfest. Wow, I watched this guy play a ton today. He was in the Latin America, and he is playing Expo. Who would have thought? Good matchup, bad matchup?
It's a bit debatable because I don't have a tank, but I have Earthquake Log at the same time. So I haven't really played this matchup at all yet because there's not many Expo players on top ladder. So I actually don't know what the matchup is, but I feel like it'll be like a 50-50 or slightly in his favor.
You're right. I don't know how you're going to defend these Expos cleanly with the cards that you have. Is like Royal Delivery is a dead card, so just using Hunter, Spear Goblins, Skeletons just to tank shots and then just spell.
Yeah, basically. And I want to try and use Royal Delivery as much as I can for as much value as I can. Like right here, 3 trade. And it gets out of my hand, which is nice.
I totally agree with that. I do that all the time. If you ever can get Archers, Knight, or both, that's going to be perfect. And a really, really good log, Earthquake, like you said. Electro Spirit, too. And that's a good Electro Spirit. Stopping that little bit of chip, it does. Expo does damage now. If it locks on even for a second, it doesn't deal more damage, right? Why does it seem like it does?
I don't know. It just tack, like 50 damage per shot.
Yeah, do you hate Expo, or are you one of those people that just don't care?
I don't really care.
Yeah.
I think Icepo is really annoying, but 2.9 is like it doesn't make me go insane.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of
drives
Expo.
Me crazy. Like,
wait, do you think Earthquake counters Expo?
It depends on the deck. Like this deck, it's really helpful, but it doesn't. Just because I have Earthquake, it doesn't mean that I counter him.
Exactly, because like Earthquake itself only deals what half the Expo, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
You always need more.
Half.
And just like that, damn, the Expo damage is coming in. This is going to be difficult.
But now that I made it to double, that's when I can really start cycling and cycling. I think in double it's more of my matchup, but in single it's definitely like he hard counters in single.
Are those Teslas a misplay? Like, why does he need to play these Teslas? It seems like a misplay.
It makes it so I can't really go in at all. Because I can't Earthquake that Tesla because it's too high up.
Oh.
So it's actually a really good play.
Of course, Betfast isn't making a misplay. What am I talking about? It's my little monkey mind thinks it's a misplay.
Tower, I did not think that was going to lock on.
I don't know how that did lock on. I thought you played your hogs way in time. Weird.
Yeah, and here I'm going to get some delivery value, which is really nice because now it's out of my hand.
And he's probably just going to reset with that Tesla. Of course, Expo players doing Tesla things. A classic.
Now I'm going to try and snipe it a little bit with the Hunter.
Nice. Going Skeletons first, getting that Hunter, getting a couple of shots. And do you ever split Royal Hogs here? I like it. Still going that same lane. Pressure.
No, I almost never split Royal Hogs here.
Yeah, you're like me in that sense. I always stay same lane. For the most part, I can't really say the word always. That might be a little too much. But still, close game. And what do you say in double elixir this is matchup? What about triple? Do you think this is still your matchup, more your matchup, or less your matchup?
It's about 50-50 in triple.
Oh, wow, that's 50-50 against Expo. I hate that.
Focus up here.
Good luck. Great
So I went Spear Goblin's late there because I thought he was going to prediction log. She did.
Interesting. Okay, so this is the coolest thing about, especially a matchup like this. You see it a lot with Hog EQ, with Expo, and just those quick cycle decks, minor wall breakers. It's all these predictions on predictions on predictions. And seeing at this high level, it's crazy, because that's why I like having people on voice, because you hear why they're doing stuff. Because sometimes you see it, and wow, Electro Spear gets a little bit of chip on the right side.
Yeah, I definitely will take that.
All day.
That is nice chip damage.
Yeah, just keep
cycling, and we're gonna go in with
on that pressure.
Pig's EQ here, because we can always cycle back to the second one if he goes on the offense, which he does.
Nice. Wow, and right. This deck
did you see that E-Spirit? It went from downtown. Holy, it went from the right lane to the left lane.
Yeah, the Electro Spirit sometimes I find it oddly satisfying when it does that. When you see it just chain 9 units perfectly and maybe does almost like a whole circuit. It's awesome. And right now, this is looking. I don't want to
Yeah, it
jinx it,
looks
but
like
this is looking pretty
it's gonna
good.
be
It seems
game
like you
here
have the
because he
perfect
can't
cycle.
break through
He's
anymore, so
cycling.
he has to go with Fireball Cycle.
Yeah,
And
Earthquake
yeah,
beats at Fireball all
gonna
day,
be
and
it.
that's gonna be GG well played. Let's go, a little fish slapping, baby. GG well played, easy. And that means you're at what, 7,300?
Yeah, top 30 in the world. Ridiculous.
Congratulations. And I was part of it. It feels like we're a team. You're Batman, I'm Robin, you're Cheesecake, I don't know what goes well with Cheesecake. Pop?
Oreos.
Oreos? Yeah, I'll be Oreos, you be
Yeah.
Cheesecake. Look at this, 29 in the world. Well, dang, I think that's I don't want to jinx it. I think that's a perfect way to end the video. We saw 2 replays, one against Igor, one against Schwartzen. We saw you beat Expo, which is probably my favorite thing to watch ever in Clash Royale.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was a really, really good video. Well, thanks for coming on. Do you want, I guess before we leave, any shout outs? Do you want to say anything? Do you have a joke, a funny story, anything? You can the floor is yours.
No, I don't really have much to say other than I hope you use my deck, and it's pretty fun, so you should try it out.
Yeah, and I really like this deck as well. A lot of people love cycle decks, and I think this deck really does a good job, I guess, just utilizing cards that are kind of broken in Clash Royale. Before we leave, this is a question that we talk about on stream all the time. Earthquake, is it broken, yes or no?
I definitely think it's super strong because it gets like 297 damage, and it's unpunishable in like double and triple elixir. It's definitely above average and super strong. I think it needs a nerf, but it's not broken because it doesn't hit air.
Yeah,
So
it's almost like a win condition now, right? Because a lot of times you don't even
yeah,
use it on buildings because Royal Hogs Earthquake's not enough for Bomb Tower.
yeah. Most of my damage versus Vetfos there was Earthquake. So
Yeah, Earthquakes and Logs. And a couple of Electro Spirits. We can't forget that little shocky dude.
Hello there.
yeah. But then again, most of his damage was Fireball Log as well.
Yeah, I guess
So,
that's
kind of
what is
spell
Clash
cycle.
Royale? I think that's the perfect.
Yeah.
What is this game? What is this game? Well, hey, everybody watching, thank you so much. I definitely recommend trying out this deck. Cheesecake said to recommend trying out this deck. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out one of these 2 videos. There's one on my face, there's one far away. My best video, my most recent video. Check out one of those videos. I'll see you in one of those videos. Deuces.